Hey, this is Ruben. Uh, this video is really going to be all about having the courage to find those small wins that can lead into those big breakthroughs because, well, it's for a lot of us, it's detox week. And so, what that means is you're going to be facing a lot of elephants, okay? And if you're not sure what the elephant is, look at the previous video. So you're going to be facing a lot of tension on the outside, yes, but mostly on the inside because you're going to come face to face with those old habits and things that you might be used to doing, okay? And so hopefully you've cleaned up your environment this week to make things easier. And yeah, so what do you say we go ahead and get to this? But before we can really offer the full value of what we're trying to offer you in this video, let's go back to Africa. Let's tell a little story, okay? So I don't know if you guys knew this, but in like a lion den or a lion pack, I'm not pride. I think that's what they're called. Usually, okay, I think it's called pride. Yeah. What happens is basically the lionesses, the female lions, they're the ones that do all the hunting. I don't know if you guys knew that. Now, if you didn't, well, it's really, really interesting. And so what happens is that the male lion just kind of stays in like one spot, right? While the female lions go out and they do all the hunting, they find the animals. Okay. Now they hunt in a group. And what the female lions do is they surround its prey and then they just kind of like creep up little by little and get the prey to move a little bit. And then they creep up little by little and get the prey to move a little bit. And then what they do, all of a sudden they go all together like, all right, team, ready, go. And it's like, and then they just start bolting after the animal as fast as they can, right? And then the antelope, it bolts in the opposite direction as fast as it can. But what the female lions are doing is they actually went around the antelope to direct it towards the male lion, right? And the male lion's just sitting there, chilling out. I wonder what's gonna bring for dinner, right? The male lion has one job, ready? When the antelope comes, when he sees the antelope coming, he stands up with as much fierce energy as possible and just roars as loud as he can. That was my attempt at a roar. And what happens is the antelope gets scared. And the antelope gets scared, it turns away from the male lion, forgetting that there's female lions right behind it. And the antelope that gets scared and flinches and pauses and turns around or even just stops, guess what? That's dinner. The only antelope that survives is the one that runs past and beyond the lion. They go into the roar. They don't run away from it. They don't stand still. They don't freeze. They don't think about it. They run through it. Does that make sense? To the side of the lion, not into the lion's mouth. Okay, just saying. All right, so that's too easy. But the thing is, guys, is we want to make sure that we're running into it. We want to make sure that we're running through it. Okay, because often in this detox week, using USANA's reset, it's going to be different than the way that we've currently been doing things. And that external struggle might be something where our friends are eating differently than us. You know, they might be looking at us like a salad, all right? Or they might be looking at us a shake, what? In a different way, okay? But dominantly, it's going to be internal, where we're not used to doing things a certain way and we're uncomfortable. We're used to stopping by after work and going to this place. We're used to eating this way for lunch, or we're used to skipping breakfast, or we're just doing what we're used to. You know what I mean? And understand that we're gonna have to face that and we're gonna have to do things differently. Okay, so you will feel anxious, you will feel excited because this is also the week. Okay, I'm talking about how hard it is. Here's the cool part. This is also the week where even the most fit people that seem like they don't have much to lose drop 3 pounds. And this is the week where some people that have a lot to lose, they've dropped as much as 12 pounds in 5 days. In 5 days. And so this is a really, really awesome week for a lot of us to clear ourselves out. Okay, but we've got to clear out, yes, the physical junk, but we've also got to clear out that head junk too. Because that head junk is usually what's been stopping us from achieving everything that we've been wanting in the first place. Like, we're all smart. If you're watching this video, that means you had and have had enough resources available to you to have all the success in the world. What you might have needed was maybe a shift in perspective or maybe some accountability on that information, right? Because look at it this way, right? Go back to the example of the friend going a salad, right? Now, it's not what happens. Like, it's not the lion roaring, it's the meaning that we give to it. So if someone says a salad, we can give it as, oh, you're questioning what I'm doing? We can get offended by that. Right? Or it's, oh, he's surprised. You know, I wonder if he's going to be one of my allies. And if you watched the previous video, I would love to know if you found your allies. And find more allies, right? That's like, it's like, so maybe he's surprised, maybe he's weirded out, right? There, it's like, if anyone does anything different, they're going to be confused. Anyone, all right? So that's just part of the deal, right? If you're wearing black shirts 5 days a week, and then all of a sudden you wear a blue shirt, people are going to be weirded out. Nothing wrong with a blue shirt. It's just people are weirded by different things, and so, or things that are different, and so we just have to kind of be willing to go through that part. Right? And that's what we mean by into the roar, because it's not what your friend's intending. It's usually the meaning that we give what they say. Right? That's it. Because our perspective kind of controls and filters the information we receive. The information is neutral, right? For example, in a workout, right? Oftentimes they'll ask, did you do your best? Some people might feel very weirded out by that question. They might think that I'm questioning their integrity, or that they might feel that I'm calling them out, right? And some people feel, I wonder if I did my best. Yeah, I did my best, right? But they're actually reflecting. Some people are, I wonder if I did my best. You know what? Maybe I have a little bit more. And here's the funny part. Whenever I ask that question, I don't know the answer. It's actually a neutral question. It means nothing, okay? Except, did you? That's it, right there. That's all I'm asking. And the funny part is people give it meaning where they can feel discouraged or encouraged, right? And that's the funny part, or to find something in themselves that they didn't know existed, right? And so understand, guys, is that's what I mean by the head junk, where it's the story that we tell ourselves about the things that are happening that cause us to take certain actions that lead to certain results. So if the story is, oh, I grew up this way, that's the roar. Oh, my coworkers all do this, that's the roar. Oh, on weekends we do this, that's the roar. Oh, I've always done it this way, that's the roar. Oh, but they're saying this, oh, but they brought donut, that's the roar. Okay, guys? And so what we're asking is that you go through it. Okay, try something new. Allow yourself to hit that ceiling of your current ability in order to and achieve that win. Boom, I hit it. Boom, I hit it. Boom, I hit it, and eventually breakthrough, where nothing is ever the same anymore. Where once you achieve it, you'll never go back to being the same. That's the cool part, right? And so that's the one unique thing about perspective. Once it's expanded, you can never make it small again. Once you know how good it feels to be healthy, you can never not know that. Right there, that's the cool part. And so something that I'm going to ask that you guys do is allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to expand. Okay? Allow yourself to enter into that new territory that's unfamiliar. I'm reminded there's a lot of people going to school right now. Right? And some people are accepted, like, let's say we heard about someone that basically they could be accepted to UCLA, right? But all their friends are accepted into Cal Poly Pomona. Right? And it's the friends that they grew up with since grade school. They always hang out together. They've always had a good time from grade school to junior high to high school. And now that they're getting accepted to college, they're figuring out their different degrees. It's almost like if you were the only one accepted to UCLA and it's your dream school, like your dream school, you've always wanted to go, and your friends knew that you wanted to go, but then you've always hung out with your friends. Right? They're all going to Cal Poly now. Maybe it's because they have a degree they want to achieve in agriculture, or maybe that's all they thought that they could get, and they didn't even apply to UCLA. Again, it's about perspective. And so what happens is would you go to UCLA and follow your dream school, even though you're going to have to meet new friends, you're going to have to experience a new environment, you're not going to be able to carpool with them. They're all carpooling together, so you're missing the carpool. And you're getting to miss hanging out all the time. You're going to have to give that up in order to go to your dream school. You're going to have to give up the way that you've been doing things in order to have your dream body. You're going to have to give up the way that you've been seeing things in order to achieve that new body, because you know the information, but I'm just offering a different perspective on the same stuff, right? So and the reason that I say that is because I've been hearing lately, and this is something that I hear all the time, right? Is I want to choose goals that are realistic for me. Because if I want to set small goals because I don't want to set a big goal and be disappointed. Or I don't want to set a big goal and then achieve it and not be able to maintain it. Right? And that's one perspective. But again, guys, realistic by definition, it means basically what a reality that is created right there by you right there. It's realistic is a shape of perspective. What might be realistic for a person that has never dropped weight before, right there, the only thing they know is how to drop 1 pound. That's all they know. That's all they know exists. That's all they know how to do. What's realistic for that person is dropping a pound. Now, for someone that like me, who's seen a person drop 1 pound, 2 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 12 pounds, 20 pounds, 25 pounds in a single month, my reality is very different than the person that's only experienced the 1 pound. So my realistic is very, very, very different than someone that's had a limited view, right? And it's not a wrong view. Their view is actually correct. That realistic view is actually correct, but it's a perception of reality. It's like someone that's colorblind and me trying to describe what blue is like when they just have no idea what blue is like. And so I'm offering you guys the idea of try to experience the full color, try to experience the full spectrum of exactly what you're capable of. Set a big goal. And if you don't know how to do it because you've never experienced it, this is where it's going to take a little bit of a tough love. Okay, now I say this from my heart. I say this to encourage you. I say this to empower you, but I also say it to challenge you. Okay, this is tough love as Coach Ruben. Okay, ready? Oftentimes, people that say they want to be realistic, it's a way of saying, I'd rather do what I know than admit I don't know how to do it. I'd rather do what I know how to do than admit that I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to set a small goal that I know I can achieve, then ask for help and admit that there's something I don't know. That's someone who is, I mentioned the 3 H's, right? We have to be hungry, we have to be humble, and we have to hustle. Humility, guys, is being willing to admit that there's stuff that we don't know. Humility is willing to admit, to just be okay with not being good at something for a little bit, right? It was the same with driving, it's the same with school, the same with college, the same with your current career. When you first arrived at your current career, your very first day, you probably went through training. You probably weren't very good. You maybe have an idea, but you weren't good at exactly that. And so you had to learn. And your learning curve, depending on how good of a student you are, could have been very sharp or very slow. And by good of a student you are, it really has to do with how willing are you to let go of your old way of thinking in order to learn this new thing, right? That's it. Because you might have learned it one way in school, but maybe at the company they do it a different way. Would you want to say, no, this is the right way to do it at school? That's how what they taught us. Or would you learn what the company teaches you? Does that make sense? So it's what's relevant for you now. That was relevant for you then, and you did very well then. And it was absolutely necessary. But now something new is relevant for you. And again, this is just a new perspective on the same information, guys. So I'm going to challenge you a little bit. See if you can set an ambitious goal. Set something that excites you, but you're also nervous about. Because if it doesn't excite you and you're not afraid of it at the same time, then it's probably too small. It's like the first time you asked the girl out on a date, or the first time you were asked out on a date and you said yes. The first time you were on a roller coaster, right? That, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Like that, it's exciting, right? But we're nervous. And I hope that you experience a lot of those moments, because that is a sign of a well-lived life, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, I don't just want to teach you how to lose weight. I want to teach you how to be happy with yourself. I want to teach you how to be courageous and do something new, because I do believe that we all have something special to offer if we believe in ourselves enough to offer it up. And so that's something that I do want to go ahead and share with you guys, because it is going to be tough, and I'm going to challenge you guys, because in that choose one, lose one, some of you have followed through and you've already dropped a lot of weight right away. And that's great. It just was one habit. That's great. Now, the funny part is some of us have not followed through over the course of 7 days. And that, again, why is that? Are we willing to admit our and look at our mistakes? Are we willing to look at what caused us to take those actions? Because if we look at our thinking and our perspective on the actions, that's probably what has held us back in the past too. And so all I'm asking, guys, is to have that sense of being a student again, right? And being willing to work hard at the thing that's most relevant now. And what's most relevant now? Detox week. Using USANA's reset, I promise you it will give you guys a big result. And what's great about it is this works every single time. Is as soon as you complete this USANA reset, what's going to happen is you'll not only drop weight this week, but what's really, really cool is that you'll find it easier to drop weight every single week after that. And it's like clockwork, happens every single time. That's what gets really exciting. But we have to go through the hard phase. We have to go to the new school. New people, scary, right? But we have to go through it, right? So I challenge you guys, allow yourself to experience everything, all right? I challenge you to be hungry. And just like by hungry, I mean have a goal, have that intention, know exactly what you're working towards. Work towards something that excites you and scares you. And also be humble to learn, ask questions. If you're not asking questions, guys, if you're not working hard enough to not know enough, then that means you need to push harder. Because you should find that point where you don't know something and you should be asking us questions, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to coach you and teach you what's most relevant, right? And so anyways, guys, and then hustle. Just got to work at it, at the thing most relevant now. But at the end of this, guys, so I'm Coach Ruben. That's the lesson for the day. I hope you found this educational. I hope you found this encouraging. I hope you found it empowering, because at the end of the day, I really just want you to recognize how awesome you are. And I want you to be able to use that, to go on that, take that leap on that adventure, and so we can do more awesome together. On that, thank you for spending this time together. I'll talk to you later.